welcome back, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a grocery haul in which I completely broke the budget. If you know me, you know I don't generally have an issue with staying in budget, but this week I spent $113, whereas I normally spend $80. So let's jump into it and figure out why. So like I said, I normally spend $80 in a week for all of our groceries, household goods, anything Ani needs like diapers, whatever, diaper cream, wipes, all of that stuff, as well as like our shampoo, deodorant, household cleaner, everything. Anything you could buy at a grocery store, I tend to get and stay within that $80 price range. Now, there are some weeks if there are really good sales, I'll go a little bit above, just stocking up for the weeks to come, and then the next couple weeks I'll be a little under budget. But this week the issue is something else. See if you can spot what the issue was in this clip. Alright, so to start this haul, I'm going to show you the outside portion. It's going to stay here in the deep freeze. The biggest part of today's grocery haul were the Huggies. We don't go through them super fast. We sometimes cloth diaper, all of that stuff, but that big box is about $40. And then I went ahead and stocked up on these Gardein Classic Meatless Meatballs. If you've never had these are exceptionally close to Italian style meatballs, but the macros are a lot better, especially that cholesterol, depending on what you use in your meatballs. These were an Ibotta buy. Lauda really likes wings. I thought we would try these. I think the rebate was like $1 back, maybe. These were also on Ibotta. They were $2.50 back. You could get up to 5. We don't go through chicken nuggets that fast, but I got 3. They're all the same, but only one of the Mickey Mouse ones. This was also on Ibotta, and they had a sale on it in the store. It's just a really quick, easy dinner for a night I don't feel like it. And these were also on Ibotta. I forget how much it was back, but we really like these as well for an every now and then treat. So yeah, it was the diapers. That box of diapers was $40. I was about $33 over budget. The diapers were $40. That was the obvious issue. Totally my fault. We had what I thought was a box of brand new diapers. Turns out it was an empty box. So I had to buy them this week. That's fine. We could have just done cloth diapers exclusively this week, but what works for us, and that's sort of a hybrid. And honestly, recently we've been doing a little bit more of the disposable and a little bit less of the cloth diapers, so I probably need to get back to using cloth more often. But at any rate, the diapers were the cause. I'm not upset about it. I could have actually still stayed under budget, but I bought those like incognito nuggets that we didn't technically need because we had some, but they were on Ibotta and I got them almost half off, so it was too good to pass up. But I'm going to show you how full our deep freeze is. Because we keep the deep freeze so packed, I don't think I'll need to buy much next week. So let's show you what's in the deep freeze now. Another trick I use to keep our grocery costs down is if I come in under budget, which is roughly $80 a week, I will go ahead and stock up on some extra things that I know we'll use down the line, or if they're sale items. So this top bin is all smoothie ingredients. We got like berries, bananas, more berries, spinach. These are all of our frozen veggies. Fun fact, I actually dumped these into our smoothies. If you put fruit in as well, you cannot taste this stuff, but it's just a bunch of different frozen veggies here. We obviously keep a couple frozen pizzas around. This is all of our fake meat. We do not eat fake meat that many times a week, but when it's on Ibotta, it is completely worth stocking up. So you can see we have more nuggets, breakfast sausage, fake chicken, all kinds of stuff. Another convenience meal, some vegetable fried rice. These are actually supposed to be overlooked veggies. These are some sandwiches that I throw into Lauda's lunch from time to time. Frozen burritos. Again, we don't use these all the time, but they're nice to have on hand. A vegetarian lasagna. And then down below there are frozen potato products, so like hash browns and french fries. So yeah, we just keep this deep freeze stocked up. And like I said, if we're under budget one week, we'll get some extra freezer items. It'll stay good for a long time. As you can see there, we have plenty of frozen veggies, frozen like convenience entrees that I don't use weekly that I can kind of throw in to make the stuff that we do have stretch. Plenty of smoothie ingredients, everything we use on a regular basis, we have multiples of in the deep freeze. And in addition to that, we keep an emergency pantry that we rotate into our main pantry as we replace items. So I don't think I've ever showed the emergency pantry. Let me do a really quick tour of that. Just like with the deep freeze, if we find good deals or Ibotta deals on things that we know we need, we go ahead and buy them, assuming we're under on budgets that we do need, and put them here in our emergency pantry. So we have stuff like oats. We do keep our beverages out here. Like I've said, I'm recently giving up diet sodas, so we're working through those, switching to more sparkling waters, eventually hoping to get to like sparkling waters that do not have artificial sweeteners, but that is what it is. Allowed to keep some mini Cokes just in case she needs them. This is where we keep the extra dog food. We do keep some waters for an emergency, but stuff like pasta. This is vegan protein broth. We love this stuff. We keep some pasta sauce, some rotini, lentils, beans. All of those are beans. And then some canned veggies, a bunch of rice. Just things that if we needed it in an emergency, we would have on hand. And then what we do is, as I buy more lentils, I'll put these lentils in our main pantry and put the new lentils out here. So this way we always have some food and water on hand, given an emergency. So as you saw there, we have plenty of beans, canned veggies, rice, oatmeal, all of those shelf staple goods we keep in multiple numbers there. And as I buy replacement products, like this week I bought pasta and pasta sauce. So I put the new ones in the emergency pantry and I pulled the other ones and put them in our main pantry. We do that for a couple different reasons. We've had at least 2 incidents here where it's come in very handy to have those extra goods. One was a hurricane that was supposed to hit our area a couple years ago. It didn't, but people panicked and bought everything. So it was just nice not to have to go mess with that. And then obviously at the beginning of the pandemic, it was a similar situation where people panicked. They were buying things. It was hard to find things. And it was just nice to have our own backup stock. Granted, it's not the most diverse of meal options, but that amount of food for our family of 3 could easily last us 2 weeks. And if we were being conservative, I could probably stretch it further, especially if you factor in the stuff that we have in the deep freeze and the stuff that we have in our main pantry. It's just something that we do. I stocked it very slowly initially by just buying 1 or 2 items a week extra and putting it in there and slowly building it over time. So it wasn't very impactful to our overall budget to do that. At any rate, let me jump and show you the inside portion of our grocery haul for the week. The stuff that I bought that is going to go in our pantry or in our fridge and freezer here inside the house. Okay, and then here's the rest of the grocery haul. Obviously it's the inside part. Let's just start over here. Ani still really likes these puffs from time to time. We are weaning her off of them, but that is what it is. Kicks, which you can see have already been broken into. Loud and I both really like this, and it's a pretty good cereal for kids, in my opinion, if you're going to go the cereal route. If you see you can have a cup and a half, I usually primarily look at sugars. There's only 4 grams of sugars. That's not too bad for a kid's cereal. Ani does really like this. Of course, she's a kiddo. Some spaghetti rings. This I use in case of emergency if she gets hangry. I like to give her a small bowl of these with some veggies and fruit. I'm going to try her on raisins. These are the no sugar added raisins. We'll see if she likes them. These were on Ibotta deal. Oh, I forgot. Kix was on Ibotta as well. These were on Ibotta deal. They were 75 cents off. They make an easy lunch for Lauda if we don't have leftovers. The Sunbelt, I call these candy bars because essentially that's what they are. Also on Ibotta, I think they were 75 cents off. I like these as an afternoon snack when I'm craving something sweet. Rotel, we just go through it like nothing. This potato bread was on Ibotta, it was 75 cents off. This is just an emergency meal in case Ani's having a rough day and I can't make dinner. Lauda really likes orange juice with her breakfast. I like this, and Ani will drink it too, actually. And then Lauda and Ani drink whole milk. Lauda needed some more creamer. Lauda loves Fideo, and so does Ani. She normally makes it herself, but having these packs on hand, again, just makes for an easy convenience. I got some Munster cheese, which you can see has also been broken into. I got 2 different types of tuna, again, for easy lunches for Lauda. On mornings I can't make it happen or we don't have leftovers. Big thing of spaghetti sauce. Spaghetti. This is actually from our pantry, and I bought a new box and put it in the pantry. Some no sugar added mandarin oranges for Ani to have as a snack, or Lauda. Some
just basic pasta sauce. We actually like the H-E-B brand pasta sauce more, but when I went by H-E-B, it was packed. So I just did all of the shopping at Walmart this week. Some Colby and Monterey Jack cheese, 18 jumbo eggs. Ani and Lauda like ham from time to time. I got some bagel thins for breakfast. Perfect bars were on Ibotta, so this came back free. I think it was like $1.98 back. I love these canned lentils. They are the perfect texture and consistency to me, so when I can find them, I buy them. Scorchin' Pringles, impulse buy. These were free on Ibotta. We like having snacks, and since they're spicy, we don't tend to eat as many in one sitting. I just needed to replenish my condensed cream of mushroom soup. Oikos 000 vanilla yogurt. We all like this. Another easy lunch for Lauda. And then as you can see, my girls have already gotten into this dehydrated fruit. I generally use this as a last minute snack for Ani as needed, but it is what it is. And actually, as I'm looking at this, I forgot I needed to replace Lauda's coffee stash. So that was another almost $7, but this will easily get us through the week. And I'm expecting next week to be a low grocery week. You will notice there's no fresh produce. We still have, you can kind of see them over there, banana, apples. We have broccoli, slaw, carrots, and celery in the fridge, so we did not need fresh produce this week. We also have onions and potatoes. But yeah, this will easily get us through the weekend and next week.
Again, you can see there, even with knowing I was over budget, I bought some extra things that I probably didn't need to buy, but they were either really good Ibotta deals and it was too good to pass up because it's stuff that we will eat anyway, or I just went ahead and got it so I don't have to go back out. We're due for some winter weather. And again, I don't want to have to risk going out if people do kind of panic buy. But like I said before, my pantry, my inside freezer, and my outside freezer and emergency pantry are so stocked that I could honestly probably just not go shopping next week. The only sacrifice would be fresh produce. We still have some of that on hand, but it's really only enough to get us through this week. But if we go short on fresh produce, I'm not worried because we have so much frozen and canned produce. So all of that said, yes, I went $33 over budget this week. No, I'm not bothered at all because what I'll do is I'll compensate next week by coming under. So my goal for next week will now be to spend about $50 because that'll balance out between the 2 weeks for an average of $80. I've done this before intentionally. Like I said, it wasn't necessarily intentional this week, but it's an easy way to keep in your overall budget when for some reason you need to blow your budget 1 week. But yeah, it works for us. Honestly, one of the biggest money savers in our grocery bill has been giving up meat. I've said before, I don't eat any meat. Lauda is happy to eat much less meat than she used to. And honestly, Ani doesn't like much of it, although we do keep trying it with her. And we do have some stuff like frozen chicken breasts, frozen shrimp. So if Lauda gets a craving, she can easily have some of that food. But I don't have to buy it very often because she's usually happy to eat what I make. But cutting meat out of our diet, particularly because we generally only have those vegan alternatives about once, maybe twice a week, keeps our budget low. We rely on stuff like quinoa, lentils, beans. We do eat eggs, so eggs for our protein. And then to make sure we're getting enough iron, we take a multivitamin. Being vegetarian, nearly vegan, I take a multivitamin anyway to make sure I'm getting all my iron and B vitamins. Those are the two you really have to watch out for. But it's just a safety net, but it works for us. So anyway, that gives you an idea of what we go through in a week / a little over a week. That stuff will kind of stretch. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this and we'll see you next time. Bye!